Hello everyone, this is Phil. Welcome back to another game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I myself on Salamangreat versus Kelvin on Sky Striker. I am back with a vengeance against this deck. I still am trying to beat Sky Striker, and unfortunately I did not manage even with Salamangreat. But here we see me starting off with Spinny into Balelynx, and obviously Balelynx get ashed. Kelvin was saying, I know how dangerous Century is, I'm not gonna let you, and I was like, okay, good practice, let's see how we can play without Century. So here I am into Mirage Stellar, discarding Gazelle, and I believe he's just doing some explanation here, and then Gazelle send Rage. Yeah, why did I send Rage? I was thinking Raw wouldn't do much against Sky Striker. I'd rather destroy two cards as of the moment. So here we see Stelio and Sunlight into another Sunlight. So obviously linking off with the same material, and then you activate Jaguar, taking back Gazelle if I'm not mistaken, and Rage, and obviously sending 3 cards down. So here we see Upstart, me to 9,000, another Upstart, me to 10,000, and Pot of Desires. Alright, I believe I did not have any hand trap. I could be mistaken. Well, let's keep watching and see. So I was like, okay, please 3 rays, and he was like, nah, I'm still fine. So Engage is going off, and obviously here we see Linkage, and obviously Widow is something that I pay attention. Yeah, and it's usual, so we can see 3 spell cards as of the moment. So I believe, I forgot to cut my deck earlier, and so Kevin is just figuring out how is he gonna play, and obviously I believe he sets 1 and triggers Linkage or something like that if I'm not mistaken. So obviously so he sets, triggers Linkage. So he hits Caught by the Grave, which is alright by me, and we see Kagari. Oh, apparently I had a Raw in my hands earlier, so Raw and Rage set down is pretty good. So I'm hitting off Kagari, and unfortunately another Sky Striker is on the field. I think the card is it Mobilize. So here we see obviously a direct. I don't think he went into battle phase. I straight away trigger Rage and stopped him. So here we are in game 2. Kelvin's going first this time. I'm pretty happy with myself how that turned up. So Ray, Rose coming out, and I'm worrying at that point. I'm seeing 2 monsters. I'd rather have maybe 1 Link, and maybe I'll be safe as of the moment. So just as usual, Shizuku for first turn, and not surprising, decreasing the attack, which is fine by me at that moment. Don't think I was really big on that, but however, those 2 set cards what that worries me, definitely worrying. So I play 3 Upstart. This is because I think when I was doing a lot of playtesting on Salamangreat, I had a lot of draw problems, and especially with my buddies, with their extremely supernatural deck cutting skills. It's just horrible. So I decided to try 300. So here we see Veiler coming down onto Balelynx, and again, no Century. I was like, okay, alright, let's go over again. Let's do the practice. So here doing some planning, how could I do so? I have no choice but to do Desires too. I myself play 3 Desires, and I believe in this game was bad. I played 3 Spinny because I kind of liked the idea of 3 Spinny. I don't know, it's just me. And unfortunately the other 2 Spinny was banished. So I'm gonna bring back Spinny. I believe I form Sunlight Wolf soon after. I don't think I have Gazelle at that moment, so I was definitely thinking of Hitleo as of the Hitleo, like how do I get into Yugioh? So I'm now using parallel exit from my hands. So parallel exit will now trigger, and obviously with parallel exit touching underneath Sunlight Wolf, that's where I added back Buffalo to my hands. So I'm going to use Wheel to bring back, I think I'm going to use Wheel, and I believe I summon out Falco from my hands. Yeah, I was going to use that. Yeah, I'm surprised that I managed to draw into Wheel. I actually played 2 Wheel of the Salamangreat. I don't know, maybe I'll do a deck profile in the future, because I'm really happy how the deck turned up despite all the wins and the losses. So here, so the idea of Wheel was I wanted to do that Apollosa thing, but for this game I switched out into 2 Yugioh. So switching out Apollosa and Linguribo for 2 Yugioh. So Yugioh, unfortunately, vetoed. Yep, I targeted the wrong card. So here I go into Update Jammer. I'm going into the 2. So I'm going to target. So access code. Sorry, what am I talking? So access code targets Yugioh, and then Update Jammer triggers. So here I am, banish the back row, and banish the rows, and direct attack twice. Unfortunately, not enough. So there is some misplay here that for rows. Apparently we figured that out, that rows cannot come back unless it happened. A card in the EMZ is destroyed on my side, but nonetheless it's fine, even though it's a misplay. Alright, so let's take it into practice again. So access code negated, back to 2300 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I believe he went into, he got back Afterburner or something like that, and I had Judgment, you know, and I played 3 Judgment, and unfortunately we'll see in the other games today, Judgment keeps getting hit, I mean keeps getting bait out, unfortunately. Well, I decided I wanted to keep Wheel on the field because I thought I could come back with that. But I suppose that was mistaken, and we see Widow again. So disappointing at such point, and if there's any other misplays, we truly appreciate those who have commented and letting us know. And sometimes, even though we can check, but we let it go. Sometimes we treat it as a practice session, even though it's a misplay. But anyway, so here widowed my access code. I'm like, what? What is happening? Definitely not a good side right now. And he has a linkage in his hand. So went straight, full attack. I scooped. Here we go to game 3. Redemption. Could I win against Sky Striker? But obviously I mentioned earlier that I did not. So Cyanide Mining to get Gazelle. I'm really happy that a lot of the searches into Gazelle took place, and obviously normal summon, and then we dump Rage. So back again with Rage. I'm still on that mindset that I'd rather destroy maybe 2 back rows or 2 monsters instead of Raw, even though it's a counter trap, since I'm fighting against a spell deck instead of maybe a Solemn or something like that. So here was really bad. Like I discard Gazelle, and literally Stellar was just hit with Ashed, and I don't think I had anything to do at that point. I was like picking up Stellar and like, why? And I believe Kelvin's using linkage here into Hayate. Yeah, it's at the point it's almost sighing. I knew I couldn't bring vengeance for Altergeist. Yeah, and here Afterburner, I'm slowly pushing Murat Stellar. I set 3 cards, and you guys are gonna see the 3 cards are absolutely devastating. I mean, I could have gone into Balelynx, but I decided to go into Sunlight Wolf, so I suppose taking the risk of that play. And we see Shot Cannon. I'm worrying at that point. Just very sad at this moment, and Shizuku is out, and 3 set cards. Rage, unfortunately, in the graveyard, absolutely useless. And Hornet, I don't think Kelvin used a lot of Hornet against me in this Salamangreat game. So here, believe in a hand of cards and you would not believe it, a second parallel exceed. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching and y'all have a great day.